Oh, guess who this is? It's your old friend Geri Atrik. And I was going to tell you about one of the great railroad trains that was in this country for many, many years. But it was called the 20th Century Limited. And it ran from Grand Central Station in New York City to the LaSalle Station in Chicago. And it was an all Pullman train uh, with no open berths. It was all roomettes, double rooms, compartments, et cetera, et cetera. But the, it had an aura about it. It was what they call the red carpet treatment. And you got on the train by walking on this red carpet, which was football length. And it came from track 34 along the Pullman train. And as you got, before you got on the train, you had to go through not customs, but it was to make sure you had the right reservation. There were Pullman porters, there was the New York Central personnel, and they would check you in, and then a Pullman porter would take you to your appropriate car. And the end of the train was what they call a club car, which is like a bar car, and it had a rounded back to it, which was like an observation area where you could watch the world go by. The dining rooms were the two dining cars, and they were luxurious. The on the menu they had, I'm talking about back in the before 1940, where for $2.35 you could have a lobster or a filet mignon, and everything was, the service was great, the cooking was great, everything. And I'm thinking about today. By the way, it took 16 hours. You got on the train at 6 o'clock at night, and the next morning at 9 o'clock Central Time, you woke up in Chicago. And you had a nice sleep and no hassle to get to the airport or stand in line now with security. So it was a wonderful way to travel. And you wonder, why doesn't somebody start this again today? I mean, for 16 hours, by the time you go out to Kennedy Airport or LaGuardia and all the hassle and so forth, I think it might be time to bring back the 20th century limit. Now, the Pennsylvania Railroad also had a similar train called the Broadway Limited, but it did not take the water route. They had to go more climbing, and so it was not as quiet a trip as the 20th century, but it was a beautiful train. Anyway, that's my little chat for today.